Hey guys, thanks for checking out this next video. It is an update on starting the Kohler ECV 860 engine for the Mini Snowcat. I picked up the engine from Accurate Lawn yesterday, and unfortunately, after being with their tech for about 3 weeks, he spent 5 or 6 hours trying to troubleshoot this thing, and he was not able to get this thing to run. And so the guys at Accurate pointed me to another subject matter expert on these engines. I spoke to him on the phone, and he gave me some tips and ideas of other things to check out. Basically at this point I've gone through everything that he suggested. I've also pretty much gone through all of the sensor troubleshooting steps in the Kohler manual. So I've gone through all of the different sensors and parts that are supposed to make the engine run. Ignition coils, spark, fuel pump, injectors, injector pressure, crank position sensor, all of these different components and sensors that feed into the ECU, and basically everything's coming back, and it's all showing that they're all functional and there's no issues. So yeah, it's still really perplexing as to why this engine refuses to start and run. Basically the only thing that I was able to determine, sorry about that. The only thing I was able to determine in my testing is when the engine is turning, like cranking, there's definitely spark coming through. The one thing I haven't been able to see is fuel coming out of the injector. I pulled these out, and as I was cranking, no, nothing was spraying out of them, but if you apply 12 volts across the injector, it does spray fuel. So there's no error in the fuel lines. There is fuel pressure. The injector, both of them do work when you manually trigger them. So it's leading me to believe that there might be something going on with the ECU, the engine control module. So I've done quite a bit of digging on some online forums, and the ECU is a Delphi MT05, and this is a pretty common ECU for twin cylinder engines. A lot of motorcycles use them, ATV quads use them, a lot of like small engines like this Kohler use them. They're pretty common out there. And there is a piece of software that runs on a desktop computer that when you use an ODB2 K-line to USB adapter, you can talk to this thing. So I'm hoping that when I get parts for that, I can connect up to the ECU and interrogate it and see what's going on, why it's refusing to let the engine start and run, and maybe why it's not sending a signal to the injectors to fire fuel. So that should be coming in about 3-4 days, and then hopefully I can successfully connect to the ECU and start to get some usable data out of it. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue just getting the cab and the body built for the Snowcat. It's good to have the engine back because that lets me do a lot more of the fabrication that's going to be kind of, covering the engine and whatnot, the engine compartment. So I'll continue with that, and hopefully we can get this engine to start and come alive, because I really don't have any other options aside from that. So yeah, anyway, there's an update on the engine and where things are. Oh, I should also mention, I think I figured out why in that first starting video there was fuel flowing into the crankcase, and I believe the pulse vacuum pulse lift pump, this guy right there, has a leaking diaphragm or something. So it takes the vacuum pulse from the crankcase and uses that to lift fuel from the fuel tank to the fuel injector pump, the electronic pump. And coincidentally, the line from that comes right from the crankcase and up to that pump. So I'm pretty sure that little pump was spewing fuel into the crankcase. So all I did is I just bypassed it for now. If I have to, those pumps are pretty inexpensive to get. So I've just had a gravity feed, just a small little syringe tube, put a couple milliliters of fuel in there, and then it lets me track and make sure that it's not, spilling more fuel into the crankcase or whatever. But yeah, that's a little bit of an update on that. Good to know what was going on there. But yeah, thanks for checking it out, and I'll get some more videos out pretty soon. All right, bye for now.